Hello everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. Today I have the cutest little bunny treat holder to share with you. It's this little guy here, and actually he's not really little because he measures 5.5 long by 3 inches wide, and he's 1 inch thick here on the sides. But I put the Hershey's little eggs in here, but this will fit quite a few little treats. So before we get started on this, I just want to mention one thing, and that is that our retiring list has gone out. For those who you don't know, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and then I do post on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, but I wanted to mention this retiring list because a lot of people look forward to it, and this is all from our annual catalog. So I have my catalogs posted on the right-hand sidebar of my blog at StampingWithAmore.com. You can go there and you can browse the catalog. But if you download this PDF, that I have it on my blog. In fact, I posted it yesterday on my blog, and you can look at it and see the retired items. Some things are discounted. I think it's 20 to 50% off, and they are going to be gone because this catalog is going away. We are getting a new catalog in May. In fact, May 3rd, we're getting a new catalog that you can order from. Those will go out to my customers. If you're a regular customer and you've ordered within the last 6 months, I send them out free to you. I've already gotten to see it. I'm super excited. There's so many cute things. I'm going to be broke again. But oh my goodness. But this retiring list, you probably want to take a look at it. If you have things on your wish list, you need to grab them now before they're gone and they go away. All right, so on with the project. So this is what I'm sharing. So for this project, what you are going to need, before I get into the measurements, I'm going to show you the stamp sets that I'm using for it. And I'm using, again, a Wish for Everything just for the sentiment, because this is the best one that you can get. In fact, I don't even know, I haven't even gone over the retiring list. I hope it's not on there because it's one of my very favorite. And I'm using that one. And then we are using the Pretty Pillowcase dies, and these dies are actually for the little window shape that I used on here and for these little flowers. They're both from this Pretty Pillowcase dies. And then I am using the layering circles like I use always, and I'm using the largest circle in here. And then the last one that I'm using, and you can use this, use anything you have. I'm using these little hearts from the Sweethearts dies, and I'm using these little hearts, and that's just for his nose. But if you have a heart punch, if you have another heart die, that will work as well. So these are all the dies we're using. We're using these flowers, and we are using the heart for his nose, and then the large circle is going to be just for this part of his face, and then this is what I'm using for the window. I love the shape on this, so I wanted to use it. All these dies here are from from the pillow box dies. All right, so now let's scoot him out of the way. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. And then we are going to talk about the size. This is 4.5 by 3 3/4. This is our thick basic white. It works so good for boxes. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to try it. It's such a good quality. And then I am using some Blushing Bride, some So Saffron, and these are for the flowers. And then I'm also using some Highland Heather. And then you keep your scrap here, and that we're going to use that for the sentiment. And then I'm using my classic matte dots for the eyes and for the centers of the flowers. All right, so that is it. First thing that we are going to do is we are going to run our flowers through, and I already did the heart. Actually, I also did the flowers. I forgot I did the flowers. So here are all the flowers I cut, and then here is the heart that I'm going to use for his nose. It cuts out 3, so I already had that all done and ready to go. So that's going to save us some time right there. But they go so fast because we have several, there's 2 of each, so you can just cut out 2 of each and you'll be on your way. So that is all that we have there. All right, so let's go ahead and, I'm also using our double oval punch, and that's for his ears. So while we have that, that's another reason you need the other part of your basic white. So I'm going to first punch out 2 of the scalloped oval. I'm going to cut this as I go because I don't want to waste any of my paper. And then we are going to cut using our Blushing Bride. And I'm going to cut this actually narrower so I can just cut out that one oval. So this is the regular oval, and that's going to be for the inside of his ear. I guess I could do it this way. And all right, so we have the inside and we have the outside. I'm going to use some wet glue. We're going to put this together. And just put it in the center of the scallop. If you don't have these dies or anything, you can even cut out your own little ears. This just makes it so quick and easy though. All right, so there we have his ears ready to go. Now let's go ahead and do his box since everything else is cut and ready to go. Okay, so we are going to score this, and I told you the wrong size on this. It's 8.5 by 8.5. I think I told you 4.5, which is a lot smaller than that. So it's 8.5 by 8.5. We're going to score on one side at 1, 4, 5, and 8. And then you're going to turn it, and you are going to score it at 2 and 7.5. And so this is going to be our top of our box, this wider end here. All right, so let's cut this. We are ready to cut. This 1/2 inch here is going to be our glue tab. So I'm going to cut that smaller rectangle off the bottom. And then we are going to cut, we're not putting inside flaps on this, and I want to make sure that's going to be going that way. All right, so we are going to cut this here. Cut it all the way down. And you're just going to leave the one single flap. So you're cutting off these 2 rectangles and then the center one. And then I'm going to cut off also this 1/2 inch piece right here. I'm going to cut in here. So that's what you're going to be left with on the top. All right, I'm going to sharpen these first before we go any further. And then we're going to cut our bottom here. And I am going to cut in here. I cut this in as well. And then there's our bottom flaps right there. All right, now what we're going to do, this is going to fold over like this. What I'm going to do, this is the inside part of the box. So I am going to take the largest circle here. I'm going to set it at the top here. I'm going to grab my pencil and put it right to the very edge there at the top. And then you're just going to do that. You're going to just trace it up at the top. So I'm going to just cut this, hand cut this. Just follow your line. And then you have your piece just like that. So I'm going to bring the cut and emboss up here now because we're going to cut our window in. And I did forget to tell you what size of the window sheet we need. So this window sheet is 3 by 2 3/4. So you can't barely see it there, but there it is. And I'm going to bring the cut and emboss, and we are going to cut the window in here. And to cut the window, we're cutting it in this front piece. Be sure you cut it in the right side. I'm going to grab some of my tape here, and let's put it on before I sit. So I want to put it down towards the bottom. If you cut off a little bit of the bottom part, it's not gonna be any big deal. So I'm centering that in the center. And then we're gonna run this through. Make sure all your things are tucked under. All right, now we have our window cut in. And like I said, if you cut into your bottom piece, like I did here, don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine. All right, let's move this out of the way. And we're going to put this together. We got to put our window sheet in first, though. So flip it over. And I'm going to use wet glue. You can use, be careful when you use the wet glue, though. It's a warning because you need to be really careful with it because it takes a while, you know, the wet glue to dry. I'm going to just smooth it over here, and it helps it to dry a little bit faster. And then we'll put this in. This helps so much in keeping your box really sturdy and nice. I love keeping my boxes, and if I give them, I want them to be able to keep them. That is all ready to go. So there's your little window. So let's go ahead and adhere this. I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. Use tear and tape, Stamp and Seal Plus, any strong adhesive onto your glue tab there. And then we're going to just meet these here. And even though that little piece is cut out, I'm just going to leave it because some boxes have those little curves out of it anyway, because I want this going forward on the front of my box. So there it is. Gotta have it straight though. And then you can take your bone folder too, because I want to make sure that's down. My fingers won't fit quite down there. And then just sharpen it. Make sure it's all sealed down. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take a piece of scrap. Actually, this is 1/2 inch, but I'm going to cut it shorter. But it's 1/2 inch, and I'm going to do my Happy Easter. And I'm thinking I might do this a little bit different. I'm thinking that I may, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, let me put this a little bit further over. I wanted to see what it looks like if I kind of put it in the middle of the window instead of at the very bottom, because you'll still be able to see like this. On this one, I put it at the very bottom, but you'll still be able to see the candy inside. So I'm thinking that I might go ahead and put it in the center this time, and then I'll put my flowers around that. But let's get to the decorating of the face. So what you're going to do with the sides is you're just going to push the sides in and press it down. I am using my little Velcro dots that you can't find them at Walmart anymore. I've looked everywhere, but they do carry these now at Hobby Lobby. But I found them in another section where they have like all of the command strips and all of that. So that's where I found these. They weren't in like the craft part area. It was more in the design area where they have, you know, like their little chalkboards and all that. So take a look there and you'll probably be able to find them. All right, I'm going to glue his little nose on. This little cute little heart. Just put it in the middle. I am going to use my Stampin' Up! Marker this time. Last time I used a fine tip marker, but that thing's about ready to be empty. It's really, really thick, but I'm going to give him some whiskers. This one I think I need to too. Then I'm going to put some little dots on his little cheeks here. Just like that. Can you see that? And then I'm going to use my Blushing Bride and a little sponge dauber here. And we're going to give him some pink rosy cheeks. And I'm just going to put some little cheeks there. Look how cute. All right. And then we are going to give him his eyes using these classic matte dots, and I am almost out of the larger dots, and those are the ones that I use, but you can use the smaller dots as well. But we're going to use the larger ones, and we're going to put his eyes on. I love when these things start to come alive. It's so fun to do. So here's his little eyes. All right, and we're going to use these same dots for the flowers too when we get the flowers on. All right, let's put his ears on. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus so I don't have to wait for this dry. I did use wet glue on the last one, but we're going to put his ears on here. And this little ear, flowers getting in my way. We're going to kind of bend like that, and then we're going to put this one on. The other one I just used wet glue, but this is the quicker way to do it. All right, I am going to go ahead and we're going to put this in the center this time, and I'm just going to put wet glue on the ends here. I don't know if I'm out of camera or not. So we're going to put it right in the center. You can tell me which way you like it better, but this is an afterthought. And then we are going to glue on our flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to randomly put these on here. Let me grab them all. Just doing it where the little center of the flower is. Kind of like them to be a little bit close together. I just thought it looks cuter with them closer together. All right, let's do one on this side. I'm just kind of going with it, y'all, because I didn't really plan this out since I changed the way that I'm doing it. I really want 3 on one side and 4 on the other. So let's put this one here, and then I'll put that other one, I think, on the other side. I think we'll put this one over here. I think we'll do it like that. All right, so I'm going to grab those matte dots. I'm using you can use either the white or the cream. I think I'm going to use the white this time. I used the cream ones before. I'm going to put the larger ones on the larger flowers and the smaller on the smaller flower. So we're just going to use these. And then we're going to do our bow. Now I hope my flower is not going to be in the way of my bow. So I'm using this is the Pale Papaya and white woven ribbon. And I thought it matched pretty good. So we're making a little bow for him. I'm saying him, but it looks more like a girl, I think. Y'all know I can fool with a bow forever. Gonna cut little tails on it. And then we are going to just use some glue dots to add it to that. I'm going to grab a couple. And then this is going to go right here underneath, like that. And that's it. Which one do you like better? Do you like it underneath? Or, I think this needs to be shorter. Do you like the Happy Easter here, or do you like it better on the bottom? There you go. They're both cute. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day. This is March Hostess Code. March is going so quick, y'all. And then you can shop right from my blog at StampingWithAmore.com. All right, everyone. Have a blessed one. Catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.